Come on and dig the scene on the time machine. On the air!
Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
Bravo, report 18 left, American 102.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW, in color.
Go to departure, receive flight 666.
Now, here is your host, Waltz Worko.
Oh, this is fun. Okay. Now I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo? I hear an echo. Let me try to figure out what's going on here. We've got everything was going great, and then I turned on the audio, and it's weird. So hang in there. I'll try to figure it out as we go along. We are live here at DFW International Airport on this day that we designate as Thursday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And we're coming to you live from Founders Plaza at DFW International Airport. And I don't know why. You'd think I have an echo. Do you hear an echo? I hear an echo. Maybe you don't hear an echo. If that's the case, then that's great. But anyway, as you can see, we've got a couple of big old UPS 747s right there in front of us, parked at right angles to one another. They both came in, and I expect them to both go out before we finish up the morning here at about 9 o'clock Central Time. So hang out with us, if you will, at Runway DFW. Okay, so first of all, I need to know if you hear an echo. Yeah, you do hear an echo. Wait, no echo now. All right, well, you're not hearing an echo. I'm hearing an echo. I'm not sure why. Hello? I'm doing some internal testing here. Yes. Professional broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen. I think I just made the echo worse. Now, how's that? Is that any better? No? No? Oh, okay. I think I've got it figured out on my end. If you still hear me, I think everything is okay. So, all right, let us get to the business at hand, and that is bringing you live action from the world's second busiest airport. There you see a look at Founders Plaza. The beacon is still rotating. The wind is coming from kind of the, I want to say, the southeast, which is good for us because we get a good look at everything. So we have South Flow in action. There is the east tower of the airport.
Going over departure. Good morning.
And we haven't had a lot of activity here as I've been setting up. I've been here since 5 a.m. And most of the time was spent working on our auxiliary cameras. And I left the audio to the last minute, and for some reason it kind of went bonkers on us. So I think everything's figured out now. We're online. The boys and gals in the truck have been very busy this morning, getting everything all straightened out. So I give them props for that. We see some cargo containers going into the belly of this 747 right in front of us. As some of you may know, we came to you with a special kind of spur-of-the-moment broadcast from Dallas Love Field on Monday night after I found out that we were going to be seeing the Southwest Airlines new Aimua livery coming in from Hawaii. And so we were able to bring that to you, and I welcome Brian Henry as our newest member. Hopefully what you've just seen is not representative of what you'll normally see here. What I'm doing now do something with our auxiliary. Okay, I think we got that taken care of. So now we can kind of switch between that shot and this shot to give you a wide angle view. Nothing is coming in right now that I can see, at least not on this side of the airport. It does look like we're going to have a nice sunrise today. The sun actually has risen, if I'm led to believe the exact. I think it was 6:38 was the sunrise today. It's still kind of hidden behind clouds. It's a pretty heavy cloud cover here at DFW Airport this morning, but very pleasant. 66 degrees is the temperature. Our first arrival of the morning is going to be an American Eagle Embraer 175. It'll be flight 3609 from the town of San Angelo in Texas. And we'll also be seeing an Airbus A321, American Airlines Flight 836. And that'll be departing to Los Angeles.
Clear to land, 18 right, American 27. Full control, unknown runway or time frame to set.
So at 6:48, we're about to see the arrival of the flight from San Angelo, one of the many Texas destinations you can get to from here at DFW. Welcome on in from wherever you may be hailing. We should have two 747 departures here. And I want to thank Bradley Smith for a $9.99 super chat. Walt, thank you for getting up early and sharing the planes with us. And let's continue reading that. DFW is one of my favorites, from Bradley Smith in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga, known for its choo-choos, of course. Where is this plane of which I spoke? Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Now it can now be told.
American 2563, visual 18 right. Clear to land, 18 right, American 2563.
Here's that flight to Los Angeles. It's flight 836. And as it prepares to depart, we've got American Flight 2792 coming in from San Antonio, Texas. That's an Airbus A320 about to arrive. In fact, let's pick up on that as it crosses the plane of the sun. That's not it. There it is. The plane you just saw was coming in on the east side of the airport. And for those newbies out there, DFW Airport has two sides to it, east and west. We're on the west side, overlooking runways 18 left and 18 right. Over there on the east side is runways 17 right, left, and center. So they've got three active runways on that side. Let's get a cargo progress report here.
East side, Charlie Terminal, American 2792.
There are the fine folks of UPS loading up this big old bird. Daniela Sekchova. Sorry if I can't pronounce that, but a super sticker. Smiling face with hard eyes. Thank you, Daniela. Russell Heathcote. Hi, Walt, from Bomber County in the UK, Lincolnshire.
Line up and wait 18 left.
Ethel Bailey says, good morning, Walt. I really enjoyed the DFW live stream. I live in Wyoming, but I'm from Texas. Kerr, one of our DFW members, says, good morning, everyone, from the UK. Another member, Andy Taylor, says, good morning. Luke Molds from down in New Zealand says, good evening, Walt. Evening Aviation family watching live from New Zealand at 11:50 p.m. Thursday night. MR Rice says, buy the DFW truck crew a cup of coffee. And Mark Perry says, love seeing UPS Queen 747s. Good morning, Walt. And we love seeing them too. There are some days we don't see one, but today we get two. And again, we mentioned Brian Henry is now a member of our growing channel. And we will visually recognize all of our members as of before this broadcast, at the end of this broadcast, and any new members today we'll get you, we'll put you down for our next roll of honor. Sure if my flight radar is functioning properly at the moment. So here is our setup this morning. We've got our table, we've got our, underneath the table we've got Samu, which this morning is just kind of holding our batteries and wires and cables and such. We're on kind of the south edge of the Founders Plaza horseshoe, all the better to bring you shots like this. Because the UPS is the closest we get to aircraft here. And there is for you Tri-Jet fans, at least one. I only see one MD this morning. Normally there's more than one. Maybe that's because we have two 747s. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll see that one go out as well. Another incoming flight, this one from Laredo, I believe. Laredo, Texas. An American Eagle aircraft, as you can see. A CRJ 701ER. I just love the lighting in the morning here, especially on a overcast day. It's kind of the best of all worlds. The lighting's not too harsh. We get some nice colors. And speaking of nice, Gen X Beach Girl. With a very nice $10 super chat. Hello from the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. Found your channel a few weeks ago and thoroughly enjoy watching. Country roads take me home. Thank you, Gen X Beach Girl. Appreciate it. Rodney, one of our members, says, good morning, everyone from Canada. Good morning to you, Rodney. Our friend Epic Toastman says good morning, Walt, and good morning to you. Epic Toastman, another streamer here at DFW Airport, and you can catch his streams on his channel, which is named appropriately enough, Epic Toastman.
Cowboy 3331, visual, 18 right. Cowboy 3331 to 2, 130, total runway 181.
Michael Oz says good morning from across the runway in Euless. Dave Billington, meanwhile, good afternoon, tea time. That's probably not quite tea time yet, but good afternoon, Dave Billington, another Runway DFW member, as you can see by that designation next to his name. We thank all the members for giving us some extra encouragement to bring you great content. Now we're going to turn our attention to American Airlines Flight 2862. This is coming in from Wichita, Kansas. On your home for a DFW Airport activity, it's Runway DFW. So some people ask, why do you start so early, Walt? Well, for one thing, this is Texas, and it's going to get hot today in the 80s. For another thing, I have a regular job, which I have to go to at 9 o'clock. And 3, is there a 3? Yeah, well, because the temperature is really quite nice at this time of day. There you see Polar Air Cargo coming in from Cincinnati over on the east side of the airport. It's a 767. And because it's coming in on the east side, that's gonna be about it for what we can see of it. There you can see the overcast day. The flags are flapping around a little bit, not too bad. It's really a very pleasant morning here as we get ready to welcome American Airlines American Eagle Flight 3331. This is an Embraer 170 SE. I don't think I've seen this plane in recent memory, maybe ever. An Embraer 170. We see the 175s all the time, and Aero Mexico Express flies I believe it's the 190 Embraer flights. So anyway, this came from Houston Hobby Airport. And it's going to be followed up forthwith by another American Eagle flight coming in from Corpus Christi, Texas. Let's try this. Let's see if we can see it start to come in on that shot. I don't know how much of it we'll see. We'll pick it up on camera A. An experiment. Be I would think it'd be pretty low in the picture coming in from the left side to the right. Oh, there it is. So there's kind of on the right side of your picture. That's not that exciting, is it? Now, I haven't checked to see if things are running on time this morning. we normally, right around the 9 o'clock hour, see the Emirates and Qatar planes coming in from the Middle East around that hour.
Runway 18 left, ground point 85, runway at 3885.
Sometimes they come in a little early, sometimes they come in a little late. We'll find out. Runway DFW member Josh Aldrich says, good morning, everyone, and may the 4th be with you. Ryan Paulding says, Walt, did you ever hear why that Eagle flight aborted takeoff last Monday a week ago? And, we did have a flight that it kind of started rolling down. I can't remember if it was an American Eagle flight or I thought it was an American Airlines flight. I can't remember what plane it was, but it started rolling down the runway very slowly, and then it kind of came to a stop, and then it turned away and kind of lost track of it. I guess those things happen. I didn't hear anything on the scanner that would indicate that there was some kind of an emergency, but obviously something went wrong. We've got another American Eagle flight coming in. This will be flight 3919 from Garden City, Kansas, I believe it is. There you see it there on the right side of your screen. It's another Embraer 175. When I was looking at that plane that came in earlier, that Embraer 170, the picture that came up associated with it was had a United livery or a United Express livery. So I don't know if that's a recent acquisition by American or just by American Eagle or just an old picture. Hey, Armand V. Thank you for becoming our newest member of Runway DFW. So nice for you to give us that vote of confidence. Despite our kind of rough start this morning. We are awaiting now the arrival of American Airlines Flight 1098. This is coming in from Kansas City, Missouri. And I see it now. We really didn't get much of a sunrise today because of that cloud cover. Well, I see Gerard in the house. Gerard, one of our great moderators. Thank you for being here this morning, Gerard, or I guess in your case this afternoon, as you're coming to us from the Netherlands. Thon 2 says, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. And yes, may the 4th be with you as well. Jay Roque Huerta says, hi, Walt. Good morning. Greetings from Monterey. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you, Jay. Good to have you with us. Let's see who else is here. We've got John Kelly Grant. Good morning from San Jose, California. Roger Williams says, Walt, not sure if anyone's ever asked you, but what's your favorite plane to fly on? Well, you know, I haven't flown on as many planes as I would like to. So really the question to me would be, what plane would you like to fly on? And I guess my number one answer would be the 747, because even though I was around when the 747 came to life, I've just never had the opportunity to fly on one. And of course, those opportunities are diminishing now. So I've got to make that happen one of these days. That was American Eagle Flight 3095, operated by Sky West Airlines. And that was coming in from Waco, Texas, a big time 27-minute flight. As we give you more heavy cargo action.
American 367.
Douglas Serrano says the Emirates flight, which is on its way here, is over Canada. That doesn't sound like it's going to help us bring that to you, as I do have kind of a hard off time of around 9 o'clock. Kevin Kelly says, good morning, Walt. And we say hello to Kevin, and we say bye-bye to Per. Have to go to work, and I can relate to that. Roger Williams says, I flew on a 747-100 from St. Louis to Honolulu back in '97. Yeah, I missed out on all those opportunities. Part of the problem is that I've lived in Dallas for a long time, and most of my traveling was domestic, and so I would fly on a lot of MD-80s or DC-9s or 727s and the occasional L-1011 or DC-10, but never got to be on a big old 747. What you're looking at there is American Flight 367. This is going out to Phoenix, Arizona. It's an Airbus A321. Starting to roll on runway 18 left. So yeah, I'd love to fly on a 747 one of these days. Now, as I mentioned before, my son does live in Korea, and I believe there are still some 747 flights that Korean Air operates out of the West Coast. So maybe if I made a change of planes, I could make that happen.
Morning, American 367.
Of course, I'd also like to fly on an A380. And the only 380 flight we see from here currently is to London, and hey, I could do with a trip to London. So we'll see what happens. Got an American Eagle flight coming in from Lawton, Oklahoma. So one of those half-hour or so jaunts. And that's CRJ 701ER. Let's see what flight radar says. Yeah, 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the air betwixt here and there. Ooh, do I see some precipitation on the radar? That might not be good. Despite the cloudy skies, I didn't see precipitation in the forecast. So I don't know, it might be shower curtain time pretty soon. Let's check the progress of this MD over there at UPS. Doors open. The lift is going up. Brian Henry says, good morning, Walt. I'm so glad you got memberships. Have a great day from one of your local DFW fans. And I heard the other day we would possibly, in the future, get Starlux. Not sure how true. Yeah, Starlux just started flying from Taiwan, Taipei, to LAX. And I'll have to look into it. I had not heard that, but we do not currently have any direct flights to Taipei, so that might be worthy of checking out. And I'd like to welcome Stephanie Hutchison to the Runway DFW membership family. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie's been watching for a while. And she says, good morning, everyone. Hope your day is amazing. Well, my day is just a little bit more amazing knowing that you have favored us with a membership, Stephanie, so thank you. A little quiet over on this side now. We've got a couple flights coming in on the east side. In fact, if we look over there now, you can kind of see the parallel operations there. Over on the far right of your screen is a plane landing, and there that we're zooming in there, there's one landing way over on 17 left. We do have some action over here. It's another American Eagle Embraer 175. So there you can see the impact of 3 aircraft landing at the same time, which is one reason we have 2 control towers here, one on the east side and one on the west side. There's a lot of stuff going on. And you just saw flight 3462 American Eagle coming in from Brownsville. Of course, that was an Embraer 175. Keeping an eye on the skies here. Also keeping an eye on this DFW Airport fire vehicle. And it doesn't look like it's on a, I don't think it's on a mission right now. What we often see is it comes out and it kind of sets off its fire hoses. I guess just, I'm imagining it's part of a test of some sort, just to make sure everything is functional in case of an actual emergency. So I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a spurt from this vehicle in short order. Yeah, maybe not. Let's see how quickly we can bring you. There it is. It's another American Eagle. It's another Embraer 175. This one's coming in from, I believe, Manhattan, Kansas. And not very far behind it at all is American Eagle Flight 3818, which is arriving from Harlingen, Texas. Just about to cross Highway 114. I think you'll be able to see it there in a second. There it comes from behind the trees. Well, the cargo bay on the 747 there with its tail to us has now been sealed up. So there's a flurry of activity underneath there. You can see on the back, we don't see this too often, I don't think. That's you see that there on the, it looked kind of like a tripod there. I believe, I don't know what the technical designation for that is. I think it's something like a tail stand or something, but it's there to make sure that as the cargo is being loaded, I think that's what that is, to make sure that the plane does not inadvertently tip backwards while they're making sure everything is situated correctly for the flight. I may be wrong about that, but actually it's kind of over to one side. You would think that kind of device would be more in the center, but I'm sure there's somebody out there in YouTube land who could correct me on that. Meanwhile, we got the tail end of this landing. This is 737-800 coming in from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Another relatively short flight. How short, you ask? Well, that's a 37-minute flight from Oak City to here. see an American 777 coming out of the hangar. Off to its next assignment. And there's truck number 22. Oh no, this is the 777, I think. I may have been mistaken there. Swing over here and catch the arrival of an American Eagle Embraer 175 coming in from Lafayette in Louisiana.
Roger that. American
Flight
178,
3465, don't you know? That flight from Lafayette is an hour and 10 minutes. I wouldn't have thought it would be that long of a flight. Here you see them taking away that whatever that was attached to the back of that 747.
788, cross 18 left and over the bridge, 65 on top.
It looks like this one's getting ready to roll back. So we should be getting ourselves some good old 747 action in short order. Meanwhile, another 737-800, this one coming in from McAllen in South Texas.
On Whiskey Kilo, cross 18 right, hold short 18 left, American Local 586. Whiskey Kilo, cross 18 left, back to ground, American Local 586.
Douglas Serrano says, I see Japan Airlines Flight 12 over New Mexico, headed our way. And Steve Lundaby says, Walt, you were right. That is a tail stand to keep the big bird from tipping backwards, so sometimes I'm right. Thank you, Steve. I love to be right. But I also don't mind being corrected or clarified, so we've all got to keep each other honest here on Runway DFW. Another E-Jet. That one arriving from El Paso. And now I see the big 747 lit up on the radar. It'll be going to Louisville, the big UPS hub. And that's it. Is it in motion? I believe it is in motion. As we get to see some extreme tug action there, pushing that thing backwards. So this is the first of two 747s. We'll get a better look at the other one once this one gets out of the way. And Brian Henry, I want to thank you for a $5 super chat. Walt, if you ever decide to get Runway DFW t-shirts, he says, I will gladly purchase a few. Well, that's something we have certainly considered. Just haven't gotten around to it, so that's nice to know. So there we get a couple of those big birds there in view. This particular one is 747-800, the one that's moving. And it's a relatively new one, just a 3-year-old Queen of the Skies. Look, they're kissing. Oh, hey, we've got an Air Canada plane coming in, so I'm going to flip over to that for a minute. Coming in from Toronto, it'll be a 767. Is this an air? Is this a cargo? Or is this...
Land, we are clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 13.
I'm not sure if it's going to be cargo or not. I know that Air Canada has started flying in their mainline jets here, because we have been seeing whatever their lower end flight was. Not lower end, but you know, they're smaller jets. They're regional jets. But this is 767. Let's check it out. Here it comes now. On Runway DFW at 7:30. So, good day, A.
Good morning, 1330.
And are we good for the right turn here for Canada?
So there's one 747. And here's the other now revving up to go. And that, of course, was a cargo plane. We've got American Flight 946 from Lubbock coming in. It's an Airbus A319. It's coming in on runway 18 left, as opposed to 18 right, where most of the arrivals arrive. Going to try for some cockpit. There we go. Hello, cockpit crew. Getting ready to go to The fine city of Louisville. I'm going to show you here what it looks like when a plane comes in on the 18 left runway here. It's a little further away from us. So we get a little different angle of attack on our view. There goes that big old bird. Now, what we would like to happen is for this to make its way, begin its journey to Louisville here on the west side of the airport.
Going around American 946.
And I am always energized by
18 right.
the arrival or
18 left,
departure
18 500,
of a
right,
queen of the
861.
skies.
Cross 20 right, Whiskey Fox, GPS 2017, what have you.
And even though this is a very busy airport, one of the busiest in the world, second busiest in the U.S., we just don't see a lot of 747s. Any that we do see are cargo. We see a variety of them, but we just don't see them as often as, say, you would see them at an LAX or certainly at an Anchorage. So we kind of tend to linger and appreciate these giant aircraft.
18 left, clear for takeoff, GPS 2751, what have you.
So it looks like we are going to get to see a takeoff over here on 18 left. Thank you, high-level transatlantic overflights for a Canadian $279 super chat. Greetings from New Brunswick, Canada. Great stream. Thank you, high-level transatlantic. And I lost the rest of your screen name there, but thank you. Mucho apreciado. Looks like a turn and a slow burn. There's some special livery Frontier that we'll take a look at once this plane departs.
Morning, let's line up on way from Flight 2185.
Off to Louisville, off to the races. Is it the Kentucky Derby this Saturday? I believe it is. Okay, let's turn our attention to this. I think I've seen this one before. America's Green Airline. Powered by Pratt & Whitney. With Edward the Bald Eagle emblazoned on the back. It's an Airbus A321. So there it is posing for us. Rawhide says, I'm going to go out in my backyard and wave at that UPS 747. I live south of the airport. Runway DFW member Larry Brown says, May the 4th be with you all. A sentiment we all share on this day. And we once again acknowledge that $279 Canadian super chat from High Level Transatlantic Overflights. Thank you again. So there you go, America's greenest airline, ladies and gentlemen.
Front flight 2135.
So meanwhile, we got another 747 to keep an eye on, and here, let's see if we can zero in on this. Look towards the back of the plane there. And there's that tail stand. We get a little better look at it. Just kind of like a big old jack, which props up the tail of the plane in case there's some, while they're loading everything in there, in case the plane gets a little unbalanced before they settle in everything to its rightful place. I don't know how many planes that's a thing for. Just the big jets? I don't know. I see runway 13 right being utilized right now. We don't see runway 13 right. It's kind of a diagonally oriented runway. Let's see if we can pull up our map. There's our map. We are where the Runway DFW logo is there, the blue logo. That's where we are, overlooking runways 18 right and 18 left. There you see runway 13 right on the left side of your screen. And so it is being utilized this morning for some flights. And then over yonder on the other side of the airport, we've got runways 17 right, center, and left. So lots of runways, lots of flights coming in and out here. Fortunately, today we are in South Flow, where all the planes are coming from the north right in front of us. Hold on, I got to talk to somebody here.
Tower 11, 1 right there.
Safety or not safety, we call it security. All right, sir, but if everything goes down, please don't call me. Tell me to run.
I was just talking with one of the airport employees here. They're working on putting in more antennas over at here at Founders Plaza. More antennas, more cameras, he said. And I said, get us some high-speed Wi-Fi out here if you would. And he kind of laughed. I see another Frontier jet. I don't know if this is the greenest jet in the world. This is Flight 1551 going to San Francisco with Shelley the Sea Turtle emblazoned on its tail. Yeah, so those guys are working over there on the tower. Carla S. says, hello, Walt, subscribed a few weeks ago. Love your channel. Thank you, Carla S. Oh, and what he was saying, the worker who was talking to me, the employee was saying they turned down the air traffic control public address system because it was so loud at where they were working. He wanted to ask me if that was going to interrupt what I was doing. And I said, no, we've got our own ATC going, but I thanked him for that. And speaking of giving thanks, those of you who are tri-jet aficionados, look what we got here, everybody. It's a classic MD-11, which, of course, as you may have read recently, both UPS and FedEx are retiring their fleets. In fact, I saw something the other day that FedEx was parking its was it the oldest or the newest? I can't remember. Anyway, it was it was the first MD-11 that it was parking in the desert at Victorville. I guess it kind of went through. Did it go through LAX? I can't remember, but at any rate, it is now parked, the first MD-11 ever built. And, what are the chances that someone else is going to pick it up at a bargain price? Who knows? I guess some have speculated that Western Global might be interested in a retired FedEx MD-11, because they do fly some of those at Western Global. In fact, we did see some around the holidays last year. We saw some Western Global MDs coming in and out of here at the UPS terminal. I guess UPS contracted with them, I'm assuming, to operate some of its package deliveries. That was the Frontier flight to San Francisco, by the way. We pulled away because our view of the MD somewhat obscured by that wall. This one's going to Philadelphia. This is flight 2020. What can we tell you about this plane? Well, let's let our jingle singers fill you in.
blast.
So there you go, 31-year-old 20th century aircraft on its way to the city of brotherly love.
335, left on void, left 335.
We've got an Alaska Airlines flight going out to Portland, Oregon. It's a 737-9.
Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, left 335.
I'd like to say thank you to Mick Larkin, who is the newest member of the Runway DFW family. Thank you, Mick. And you can hear the MD revving up in the background. There it is, still behind the fence, but it'll make itself seen.
Let's go 335, long.
Another Runway DFW member, O'Malley, is here with us. Good morning, everyone. He says. And everybody's giving him a warm welcome. Here we go. Now this one's going out to Philadelphia, and there's a chance that it's going to be dispatched over to the east side for takeoff. We'll just have to see about that. But again, we've got to savor these. Got to savor these MD-11 views while we can.
Cross 18 right, Whiskey Foxtrot, UPS 2020 Heavy.
Because I don't know, I have this historic perspective. I always am thinking, well, you know, there's going to be people who are watching this very broadcast in the future here on YouTube and saying, wow, look at that MD-11. You just don't see those anymore. So, hello to you in the future. Wow, Steve Lundaby has gifted 5 Tri-Jet memberships. That is a very thoughtful gift. Thank you, Steve. And that's going to prompt a bunch of other members or new members
I got 18 left UPS.
like Kitty B. Welcome, Kitty B. And thank you, Steve. Evil Red Queen. Greetings to you. Tom H. Tip of the hat to Tom H. Courtesy of Mr. Lundaby. And Connie. Just in time for what it looks like it's going to be a takeoff here on 18 left of this magnificent MD-11. Off to Philly. And like a rocket, off it goes. Always seems like that thing takes off at a 45-degree angle. I'm sure it's not that sharp of an angle, but it just seems like that.
Final weight 18 left, United 1495.
Off it goes.
2342 DFW Tower, wind 1307, runway 18 right, good line.
Kevin Kelly says that looked like a rock. Douglas Serrano says rocket launch. And Laxa 30 says
1495, cautionary equipment, description departure heavy MD-11. My name is Jabee Park, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
our member Laxa 30 says such a good looking jet.
1495.
And you know, I kind of have to disagree with that. I don't think it's a good looking jet. The way that tail engine is positioned always seemed weird to me. Just kind of stuck on there. But I have to acknowledge its uniqueness, that's for sure. Here's United Flight 1495. This is going to Denver, 737-800. Sporting some older livery. We've certainly gotten at least a fair representation of some of the other airlines that serve DFW Airport, even though obviously the airport is dominated by American. We've seen now United, Alaska, Frontier. You saw in your viewfinder there just a second ago a Sun Country plane that's parked. This one definitely not taking off at the same kind of angle that the MD did. That was a 20th century plane we just saw.
1998.
Yeah, 1495, good day.
Maybe one reason it's not painted in the current United livery. Well, the wind's picked up a little bit here as we look at the kind of moved around from the southeast to the south as far as the direction of the wind since we've been here. A little higher velocity, not terribly much. One plane we will not get to see come in over here is Korean Air Flight 31 from Seoul. It's a Dreamliner 787-9. It just arrived on runway 13 right, which sometimes occurs. You see there, UPS Flight 2711. It's a 757 going to Ontario, California. Just getting pushed back. Now we will see the Korean Air flight. In fact, it may pop out there on the left side of your screen because it's got a taxi across the 1-8 to get over to Terminal D, where passengers will be discharged after that 12-hour and 21-minute flight from South Korea. Got a flight coming in from San Antonio. It's an Airbus A319. You'll see it there. There it is, flying over that tree there on the left, on the right side of your screen. So there it is, arriving from San Antonio, Tejas, and now we can see the distinctive sky blue color of Korean Air Flight 31 way down yonder as it waits for clearance to head east. Roger Williams, we're talking, now we're going to get lawn mowing. That's better than sprinklers. Says the tail engine on the L1011 looked like it was part of the fuselage, where the tail engine on the DC-10 and the MD-11 looked like it was an afterthought. And that's kind of what I always thought. It just looked like an afterthought. But again, you know, I'm just glad we can see those planes still here. M.R. Rice, who's in the Philippines, says, "Bye, Walt. It's bedtime. Catch you on the next show." Thank you, M.R. And safe travels back. I think he's coming back on Saturday, I think he told us. Bill Caldham in Arkansas says, "Good morning, Walt. Hope all is well." We're having a good day this morning. So that's still the wing there of the 757. We'll pull out to see that as it gets ready to make its way to Ontario. Yeah, we're about to get... It's about to get very loud here, and that's not a four-cycle airplane engine either. That's a lawnmower. But I think he's trying to stay out of our way. The grass where we are right here is not very long. So here's another plane which I have a keen appreciation for now that American Airlines has dropped it from their fleet. And we just don't see very many of them here, save for cargo planes and the occasional charter.
American 524, there you go.
The 757.
Aaron, clear for takeoff, flying left, American 524. Cross 18 right at Whiskey Foxtrot, UPS 2711.
So you heard this aircraft getting the clearance to cross 18 right. And it should be taking off on 18 left, given its westbound destination of Ontario, California.
RNAV to Laren, clear for takeoff, 18 left, UPS 2711. Roger, American 524.
Looks like a T and B.
Fox America 13, okay. Okay, that's not down. Let's see quicker.
Departure UPS 2711.
Well, we can now add Delta to our list of airlines that we have in sight today. Okay, we've got a heavy coming in. This is going to be Flight 996 American Airlines from Buenos Aires after a 10-hour flight. We'll see if they're coming in there momentarily. There it is. It's a big old Dreamliner. 787-8.
Yeah, we're here, Delta 1291.
Don't you know?
Okay, that's here on Whiskey Golf 18 left, fine flight, Delta 1291. Alright, Whiskey there,
So the Delta flight getting ready to blast off here. Did we say where it's going? I can't remember. Salt Lake City is the destination for this. This Airbus A320.
'97.
Yet another 20th century bird on display. Posing for us.
18 left, clear takeoff, RNAV B part, Delta 1291.
And as it goes out, we may well see American Flight 1119, an Airbus A319 coming in from San Luis Potosí in Mexico.
Switch back to Delta 1291.
So if you're just tuning in, or if you've forgotten where you are, you're watching Runway DFW in color. We need some music or something for that, don't we? Yeah, I don't know. But there is this.
This is Runway DFW.
In the morning.
Hello, Marie Isbell, our newest member. Thanks for joining Runway DFW. We hope we live up to your high expectations. This again is American Flight 1323. It will eventually be going to Austin, Texas, the state capital. And this is our final, I don't know, 45 minutes or so of broadcasting, because I do have to I do have this other thing called work that I gotta do after I do this. So like this to me is fun, and then I gotta go do my work. We hope meanwhile to be able to bring you the departure of this 747 UPS cargo plane. It's got its doors still open here on this side, so it's not an imminent departure. But we hope it will happen for us before we have to go. So this plane's going nowhere fast. I do see a UPS wide body 767 coming in from Austin. We'll be here in about 5 minutes or so. D. Marquis is the newest subscriber to Runway DFW. Thank you. And as a reminder, subscriptions, this is always confusing.
18 left, clear for takeoff, United 2371.
But some subscriptions are free. Memberships are what cost money. But whether you're a member or a viewer or a subscriber, we welcome all to Runway DFW. Here's United Flight 2371. This is an Airbus A319. It's off to the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco, on this Airbus A319. Did we say that?
Line up 481, left American 1323.
It's always so incongruous to see a modern jet plane rise into the sky with the sound of a four-cycle gasoline motor. Here now is that American flight to Austin. You see there that Airbus A319. I believe it has received clearance to clear out of here.
On the land, we'll clip takeoff, 18 left American 1323.
And there it goes.
Tower, good morning, American 941. We're outside of Nettie for the visual, 18 right. Clear to land, 18 right, American 941.
One thing that's nice about being here in the morning time is getting almost none of that ground haze that we often get as the day wears on.
Good day, American 1323.
So that's nice. Lots of yard work going on here today. As we say hello to Joshua LeClaire. Good morning, everyone. Wolfham says hello and greetings from Hamburg in Germany. friend Somil Bandari and member of Runway DFW says, how are you doing today, Walt? I am fine. It's a good day. We've got a good signal, I think. Got a little mowing going on. We've got mowing behind us there, and we've got mowing in front of us. So we're surrounded. We've got the sun kind of trying to peek through there. But it's a pretty overcast morning here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're about to welcome Flight 941 from Monterey, an Airbus A319. American Airlines, of course.
American 1034, 1 airline. Right, clear to land, American 1034.
And we have a parade of flights arriving from south of the border. The next arrival is going to be American 1034 from Guadalajara, 737-800. I don't know if we've ever shown this to you before. There's a historical marker celebrating Braniff Airways. There you see a Braniff 747 depicted. So a little tribute to Braniff. So as I said, the next arrival is going to be the flight from Guadalajara, and that will be followed by the UPS plane we mentioned. It seems like it was a half hour ago, coming in from Austin. There'll be a 767 arriving. So lots of action in our final, 35 minutes or so here on Runway DFW.
About 7 mile high now, passing the west side. Okay, 1-2, heavy news over there with both sides, 06 remain right, to right. Downway long tail right, clear to land, coming ready.
And right behind the UPS plane that we'll be seeing coming in from Austin, that 767, will be Japan Airlines Flight 12 from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. That'll be a 777. So that's good. We got a couple heavies in a row.
Whiskey Kilo Ground East American 1030.
It's a party here at Founders Plaza. That's for sure. Hey, I want to thank RPCI 2004 for a $1.99 super chat. Thanks for a great morning and off to work. I appreciate that very much. That will go into the coffee fund this morning, because from here I go off to the nearest Starbucks where I can do my real job by remote control.
Grand American 1034 Whiskey Kilo spot 122.
And here's just a taste of what you see on our Runway DFW After Dark streams, which generally start around 10 o'clock at night. And we get about 2 hours of really incredible cargo action. And we try to bring that to you once a week. This week, I don't know that we'll have an After Dark here, because we had an After Dark show over at Dallas Love Field on Monday, which if you saw was oh, look at this. We've got a go around.
We're heading maintain 3000 Japan Airlines heavy.
I don't know how much of that angle I could get on the screen for you there, but it was definitely going up at a
DFW Japan Airlines heavy. Confirm flight runway heading. Heading 190, maintain 3000 Japan Airlines heavy.
So it looked to me as though the UPS plane, which had arrived before this one, had gotten out of the way, but perhaps not. So I guess we'll get to see this again. And again, that was the Japan Airlines flight from Haneda Airport in Tokyo.
135.997 Japan Airlines heavy.
So that was interesting. So it's going to circle around, come back the other way. Chuck said, wow, that was crazy. Wow, says TGW International. And Somil Bandari says, wow. And that's a 777. So, okay, I hadn't seen a go-around in quite a while here. A little excitement to our morning activity. Usually kind of laid back here. Next to arrive is American Flight 3687, American Eagle Flight 3687 from Aguas Calientes in Mexico. I don't know. I couldn't make out on the ATC what exactly was going on. I could hear the Japan Airlines pilot talking. But I don't know if anything came through that made it clear as to what the issue might have been. This is the 767 that arrived from Austin, pulling into its parking space. Chuck Tolsma speculates that the JAL flight was over the numbers, maybe coming in a little too fast. Our member Mick Larkin speculates if loss of separation. And Steve Lundaby says that would be an e-ticket ride. Wahid is our new subscriber. Thank you, Wahid. And that CRJ 701ER just came in from Chihuahua in Mexico as it passed by this 777 headed to the hangars. One of our cameras just went out. Got an American Airlines flight coming in from Mexico City, flight 1066. A few trains out. A member of Runway DFW says, "Good morning, Walt, and everyone watching from a sunny Crewe in the UK. Hope everyone is well, and we hope the same for you in sunny Crewe. Have a cup of tea and some delicious scones on our behalf." Just plop some clotted cream on there and everything is good to go. Right? That was American Flight 2263, an Airbus A319 arriving from Silao in Mexico. We still have
American 2263, spot 122. short line left, all face, American 1263.
We have an Airbus A319 making its way to Lubbock, Texas. That's it right there. I think that's it. And that flight just came in from Omaha, Nebraska.
Departure American 1212. Line up 1 left, American 2759. 40. Echo Bravo, hold short, 1 left, American 25. DFW Apollo, depending on longitude, maybe only longitude, right, touch 15. Runway long, face 5, please, left, 2759, clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNAV, Laren.
So just talking to someone who's been watching our channel. Always nice to greet them. Let's see what we got here. Well, kind of lost track of that Japan Airlines flight, but it's on its way back. So we're about to see it in any minute now.
Roger, good day, American 1584.
We'll bring you as much of its arrival as we can, and I think it's probably not going to have any issues with that. I am kind of eager to go back and look at the replay of that Japan Airlines flight. We picked it up, I think. Picked up the shot, I think, as it was kind of pulling up rather rapidly. But JAL may be about a minute away from our view now. I do see that second UPS 747 is now buttoned up. I think the tail stand is still attached, so maybe a little bit before we see it. But I've got about 20-25 minutes to hang out with you guys. This is when it starts to get pretty busy here, right on as we approach the 9 o'clock hour. Busy in terms of takeoffs, busy in terms of arrivals. And again, we're pointing our camera towards the northeast now to catch the arrival of Japan Airlines Flight 12. It will be its second attempt after a go-around on the first try. Here it comes.
Alright, line void 18 left, envoy 3774.
So the passengers got a little extra sightseeing of the metropolitan area as it circled around. Touching down now after 11 hours and 17 minutes in the air. 777-300.
Studio healing on board the short of the runway line. Left to runway on heavy. Let's go at 3271 visual. Right clear to land. West 3271. 3274. Alright, Blair. 18 left, clear pick up on boy 3774. Line of way 18 left, American 2593. Good day, American 107.
Safe landing this time, says Douglas. Oscar Wire says it just came over from SID Squad, so hats off to SID Squad. They do some fine broadcasting.
Clip takeoff, runway 18 left, American 2593.
Let's check out the situation with this UPS 747. Its tail stand has been removed.
Departure, good day, envoy 3774.
This plane's not yet made an appearance on the radar. I'm going to say this was a converted passenger plane because you see all the windows that are covered up there on the lower deck. I don't have the history of it here.
Clear for takeoff, 20 left, onboard 3420. Roger that, 18 left, line flight onboard 3438.
There's the N number to look up. Let's see if we can look that up for you. Kevin Mottershaw says he was watching SID Squad as they were finishing, and he put up a message for people to come over to your stream. So thank you, Kevin. I'm sure that maybe somebody took you up on that.
Too heavy, a risky limit cross, you may want to left contact ground 121.
So let's see the history of this plane. This was delivered in 1994 to Eva Air. And it was converted to a freighter in 2008. So that information from airfleets.com. Meanwhile, the Japan Airlines 777 is making its way over to Terminal D. American Airlines Flight 1067 is about to bisect that view, coming in from Denver, Airbus A321.
Line up and wait, American 1729.
I see Ms. Wolves 13 in the house. Hello, Ms. Wolves 13. I didn't see you earlier. Thanks for stopping by to help moderate this mess.
RNFB Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1729.
Echo, Alpha, Horsepower.
Go back to a little action here. Flight 1729 to Fresno in Airbus A321. That's it there.
DFW Tower, UPS 2348, visual 18 right.
And you can see the planes lining up for the 9 o'clock rush here.
UPS 2348, visual 18 right.
That plane's coming in from Kansas City. Flight 2487. And there goes the flight to Fresno.
Aircraft inside American 389. 1729, good evening. Land 1 left, group takeoff with the visual, American 39.
I couldn't quite make out where that plane was going to. Where is that going to? Going to Santa Ana, looks like.
2114.
In the interim, we're about to welcome Flight 2348 UPS. A 757 arriving from Fort Lauderdale in Florida.
RNFB Park 18 left, clear for takeoff on Boy 3786.
Envoy 3515 will be ready.
UPS 2348, right Whiskey Kilo, Charlie, ramp with you.
Last 1990.
From the park number of 389.
There you go, another vintage aircraft for you. Let's see what's the status of this beast.
American 576, visual 18 right. Clear to land 18 right, American 576.
I don't know if we're going to get to see this one go out. Well, I do see the cockpit occupied, so that's a good sign.
John White, 786, morning.
But my time is running short. Gaetan de Paul Piquet. I'm sure I mangled that pronunciation, but thank you for subscribing to Runway DFW. We're getting kind of close to our 11,000 mark. As far as subscribers go. And we may have exceeded the 100 mark as far as members go, so it's all good. This is the 757 we saw coming in from Fort Lauderdale a few minutes ago. Ismail Mendez says, good morning. I was at Founders Plaza yesterday and saw two Qantas Streamliners land about 10 to 20 minutes apart from Melbourne and from Sydney. That's American Flight 2788, touching down from Colorado Springs.
B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff on board 3439. Runway 18 left, line up and wait, American 1393.
Departure, good day, Envoy 3515.
We say hello to Morgan Corbett, who is at DFW now, waiting for flight 3433 to Brownsville, Texas. Well, I hope you have a good flight. Thank you for watching us. Joseph Packard saying now we need Runway DFW merch as we welcome Morgan Corbett as a subscriber.
Left line board, American 1304. 3439, contact departure. Departure on board 3439. And we're working at 9. Echo Whiskey Lima short of
Tariq D74 says, morning to you all from all the way around the world in Pakistan. Hope you're doing in good health. And we are, and I hope you are too. Thank you, Tariq. And our time is running short here on Runway DFW. I mean, I could stay longer, but then my other job wouldn't pay me anymore, so I gotta kind of hang around. Here comes American Flight 2266 from San Antonio, Texas, 737-800. In the dwindling minutes of Runway DFW. Now we've got leaf blowers going. If it's not one thing, it's another. But again, as long as it's not sprinklers, that's all I have to say. Let's see, so do we have a tug vehicle attached to that mighty 747? I think we do. That's what we want to see. I believe this to be American Flight 1304. An Airbus A321, and this one is going to be winging its way to Los Cabos, I think.
Takeoff 18 left, 321 inside, American 520. American 1304.
Still not on the radar is this 747. Kind of looking at the radar to see if I see either of our Middle East flights nearby, Qatar and Emirates. They usually come in around 9 o'clock. And, wow. Our very good friend, Mr. James Webb, has favored us with a $300 super chat. Morning, get back to work, Walt. LOL. Thank you for the morning stream, James. I don't know what to say. He's James, as if you're a regular viewer, he's been extremely gracious and generous to Runway DFW, and I can only say thank you as we look at the One World livery of American Airlines. This is flight 1590. Don't have a destination. But if you're on flight 1590, this 737-800, I trust you know where you're going.
Separation 18 left, down after landing, clear for takeoff, on board 38 centimeters.
That was like 2754. The American Airlines plane coming in from Chicago O'Hare.
Kilo cross, 18 right, cross, 18 left, and 28.
Oh, look what's happening here, ladies and gents. It's a pushback of the mighty 747. Still don't see this on the radar, though.
Stay on the good tonight. 363 Tower American 1820. Yeah, we just had a mechanical fault. I'm going to need a couple minutes. We're here on Whiskey Golf. Roger.
So we now know that this 747-400 is bound for Louisville, just as the previous one was. Alpha Charlie, that's a long message. Thank you for that Australian $14.99 super chat. Just came from Sid Squad. One regret when we came to the USA in 2019 was not spotting at DFW. I love Dallas, my favorite place we visited. Hope to visit in the future. To see you there. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Alpha Charlie.
Cross 18 left, Alpha Route 65 on top of 0795. 363 departure with it. We are right now, but I put 25.
So it's time to disconnect, unplug. Now I'm pushing into overtime here for me, but gotta hang out for this, right? I'll work a little late at my other job.
Just want to confirm one up and wait 18 left for Scouts 5007. Departure Mike 2767, Bye-bye. 18 left, line up and wait, Scout left. 5007.
Kevin Mottershaw says, what's this showing ads in the middle of the stream, Walt? Very unusual. Hope it's not a regular thing. Don't mind one or two at the start. I'll have to check into that because I obviously can't see what you're seeing. So I will I'll check into that. Pardon the interruption. So this plane is taxiing to the south now. It will soon be making a left-hand turn as it heads out, and you know, it could get directed over to the east side. It could take off from the west side as the last Louisville-bound plane did. It's one of those things we just never know until we see it happen.
Whiskey Lima, shorter 1 left, American, 2335. Contact departure, status 5007.
O'Malley, I thank you for a $10 super chat. Thanks for the stream and OT.
For 698 Whiskey Kilo, hold short 1 right.
Well, you know, technically, as soon as I finish here, I could just start working from right here. Joseph Packard, thank you for a $20 super chat. Walt, another good show as usual. Thank you.
1 left, line of way, American 2337. Echo Bravo, hold short 1 left.
Gotta say that our ATC sounds extra scratchy today.
American 2880, visual 1 right.
So our big bird makes a couple of zigs and zags.
American 2880, parking west.
Now, what are the possibilities here? Well,
Takeoff 1 left, American 2327.
could see a departure on 18 right, which is unlikely, as there's a plane just landing on 18 right now. Coming in from El Paso, you'll see it passing in the background there. Airbus A321. We could see this go straight across
go ahead.
to runway 18 left, and they'd get clearance to take off there. Or they could send it over to the east side of the airport for takeoff.
Cross 1 right, short 1 left, American 147. Echo Bravo, short 1 left, American 537.
Alright, after land, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 2275.
So it looks like the UPS jet's going to have to pause while it waits for operations on 18 left to continue. mowing again. Maybe they're waiting for me to get out of the way. So there are about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so planes, passenger planes, getting ready to take off at the top of 18 left. Looks a lot less busy over on the east side.
Departure American 2275. 647, verified 5. Maybe no delay off the runway, try to turn left on runway 20. 37 Bravo, cross showing 1 left, 20 left Bravo, ground 537 dip. 2880, call big, cross showing 1 left, 25 other side, thanks for help. Cross 18 left, and 185 on ground, other side 2080.
But based on the trajectory of this plane now, which is that its nose pointed towards the north, it looks like it's getting ready to get in the line to take off from 18 left. But it might be a while. Ruh-roh. Well, there it goes. Now it's kind of making a little... Oh, wait a minute. I can't tell what's happening here. I don't think it's on the runway. I think it's still on a taxiway, so... Are they going to have a race? Well, I just can't tell what's going on here. I mean, it's pointed in the right direction to take off, but it's not on the runway. It's on a taxiway. I think.
Parkway, that's where it goes, 4911. 18 left, line up and wait, American 2720.
Kevin Mottershaw says, sorry, Walt, gotta go. Gotta get ready to go to work. Glad you did a UK-friendly stream again. Catch you all lovely mods again soon. Bye, everyone. Yeah, I do get asked sometimes why I start so early. And that's the answer. We've got people watching around the world. Different time zones, different days even. My suspicion it's already Friday in New Zealand and Australia. Wow, what a jumble of planes we have there. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About a dozen planes getting ready to take off, and I guess the UPS 747 is kind of cooling its jets while the glut of passenger planes clears, I'm guessing. I know that as far as Amtrak, American passenger rail service goes, freight trains always have priority over the passenger trains because, for the most part, the passenger trains are running on freight tracks. But I'm guessing at a commercial airport like this, the passenger aircraft would get dominion over cargo jets. Kevin Kelly says, Walt, what is that 747, I think he meant to say doing? And I don't know, it's just kind of hanging out, waiting for its turn, I think. I thought it was going to go, oh, now it's on the move. It hasn't been cleared for takeoff, though, so it may have been waiting a turn to go over the bridge to the east side of the airport for takeoff. So if we see it make a left turn here, that's probably what it'll be doing. But I haven't seen this kind of maneuvering before in my time here. And yeah, there it's turning left, and I think it's probably going to be dispatched over to the east side of the airport. Regrettably for us. But I only see one plane in the queue to take off over on the east side, where there's just a bunch of planes over here. So I guess we'll just hang out and wait for it to take off. And I'll shut this thing down. Pardon me. I'll shut this thing down and then I'll start work from right here. I work for a TV station and I do the internet content for the TV station, so I can do it from pretty much wherever I might be. As long as I've got an internet connection.
Hey, Runway 47-3, I'm pretty sure you cleared us. Just want to verify clear to land. Thank you, clear to land. I'll wait 1 right now.
Joseph Packard says it would be cool to have more 747s for passenger service. Indeed, it would. I think that would be very cool.
On that B part, clear for takeoff, 1 left, 2
Where's that United plane going? It's going to Denver. An Airbus A320 going to the Mile High City. We're on 747 watch right now. And keep an eye on that UPS plane as it trundles over to the east runways for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, runway 4212.
American 872, line from weight, 18 left.
Over departure, 1380, good day.
Douglas Serrano says Qatar is on approach. Okay, well, we get a little bonus there for you for staying overtime. This will be a 777 arriving from Doha after a journey of 15 hours and 3 minutes so far.
Pressure on my 4212, too.
Flight 731 is its designation. You'll see it here on your screen just a moment or two from now. I see it now. You'll see it in about 4 seconds.
Player 18 left, service takeout, scout 3038. American 1953, line up 18 left.
So a little bonus heavy jet action for you. And I have to tell you, I've now lost track of that 747 on the radar. It may just be chilling over there. I don't think I missed it taking off. No. Well, it may have turned off its transponder while it waits its turn. Well, I think what I'll do is, because I'm really running late now, is I would like to salute our members. Now, this does not include our members who have joined just today, because we don't have that capability to add them in. But anybody who joined today is a member of Runway DFW. You'll see your name next time. But for now, here are the members as of the start of our broadcast. And I thank all of you for being a part of Runway DFW. So thanks. What happened to my microphone? So thanks again to all of you, all of our members, all of our new members who you didn't see there, who will be reflected the next time we broadcast, to all of our subscribers, and to everybody who's just watching today. It's been a blast hanging out with you today. I don't see the I don't see the 747 on the radar, so I guess as we're closing things out, if I see it, we'll have it as our closing shot. How's that? So anyway, thanks again for being with us. Hey, I need some music. Where's our music? Alrighty then. Thanks so much for being with us. Eugenio Luis Feliciano Alemar is our newest subscriber as we go. Thanks to you. Thanks to everybody. We'll be back, I think, this weekend sometime. That is my hope. So for all of us here at Runway DFW and our crew in the truck, thanks again to you. Happy contrails to you until we meet again. And we will meet again. Thank you and so long.
Stay tuned for The Price is Right, which follows at most of these CBS stations.
We hope you liked it. Too late to change it now.